Hello gamers, welcome to my next Melvor Idle guide. Today we are going to be looking at cooking. Let's get into it. So they've reworked cooking since I've played last. It's a lot more in-depth and more fun to use, I guess. And I guess more efficient too. So as you can see here, we are on the cooking page. We have cooking fire, basic furnace, and basic pot. So all of these have their own different recipes. It used to be, I believe, when I started playing, it was just hello Clunk. It was just the fire, like the you cooking fire. So we can go ahead and select our recipes, and this is probably the one you're going to be the most familiar with if you're coming from RuneScape or if you played Melvor Idle back in the day, lol XD. Uh, so here we can select our recipe. I've been cooking carp lately, so we're going to just cook carp on our U cooking fire. And then if we go over here, we hit active cook to start cooking that. As you can see, active cook is a lot faster. And then we can go ahead and select a recipe from the basic furnace, which as you can see, all the recipes are a lot more in depth. Like they have a lot more pieces to it unless you're cooking chicken, which is actually pretty cool, or bread. But they're pretty low value foods, although the chicken isn't bad actually, even for my level. But the raw beef's pretty good. Actually, looking at these, they're pretty good. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to select the strawberry cupcake. That's what I've been cooking with lately. It is a lot of cooking XP. This is a fast way to train it. And then you can only active cook on one at a time, I believe. Yes, if we do active cook, it switches. So I'm going to do passive cook, which will only cook us one every 40 seconds. But that's an extra food for 80 and also for 80 HP. We also cook two at a time. And, we get through 299 extra XP for that. So then we have the basic pot as well, which we're going to go ahead and select a recipe for. There's only 4 recipes, so I think that's okay. That's not overcomplicating everything. And I've been cooking basic soup, just cost potatoes, and you can farm these. It's not the most hit points efficient food, but we are getting cooking XP and mastery for it. And then we're gonna go ahead and passive cook that as well. So while we're here, I want to go ahead and take a look at the masteries for each thing, each recipe. So as we can see, we have this thing called perfect cooking that was added into the game when this was reworked, I assume. But first off, one level of mastery increases the success rate by 0.6% and is capped at 99% with the exception of gloves or cooking skill cape. And then obviously every 10 levels is a plus 5% for making it a perfect cook chance. So let's go over what a perfect cook item is. As you can see on my carp, I have 83 mastery and a 40% chance to cook a perfect carp. So what does perfect carp do? So when you cook something perfect, from my understanding, is it heals 10% more. As you can see, that's 18 more hit points than the normal carp. Uh, must have 8 on my other carp. See, they heal 180, so 10% of 180 is 18, equaling 198. So it's pretty awesome, pretty cool. And actually, I'm going to go back here and try to cook some shark and see if we can actually do that. Passive, collect from stockpile. If you're doing passive cooking, you have to collect from the stockpile. I don't know why. I really actually don't know why. Um, so we do have another thing to go over. You might be wondering, how did we get a U cooking fire? How did we get the basic furnace and basic pot, which need upgraded? By the way, we'll go ahead and go to the shop, and then we click on skill upgrades or tap if you're on mobile. As you can see, we have the magic cooking fire, which is next in my upgrade, which requires 75 fire making, 500 magic logs, and then 500,000 gold. And I'm assuming there might be a U, or not U, but a redwood log cooking fire next, but I'm not for sure. And then we can go over here and we see the strong furnace, which I can make, but I had to have 1,000 oak logs and 1,000 steel bars. And this gives a higher chance for perfect cooking, 2% chance from, wait a minute, 1% chance, perfect cook chance for furnace only for a total of 2% chance from furnace. So it's just telling you what you get for your upgrades. A 1% chance to double items, which is actually pretty good. I need to actually start working on that ASAP. And then we have the strong pot down here, which requires smithing. So it's kind of tying in the skills. It requires 50 smithing, and then we also need 800 steel bars. God, my commentary this morning. I am sorry. I just woke up. Anyways, guys, that's about gonna do it for this guy. That's the basics of how you can get started. So make sure that if you do start with woodcutting, don't just immediately sell the logs if you want to get into cooking. Save them for these upgrades, which I need to upgrade to these, which I will actually be working on now, getting some steel bars. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, the next guide I like to work on is going to be the summoning guide, so please stay tuned for that. Without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode. Good luck on your pet drops out there, etc., etc.